Scorpira, in the name of Madala, I'll punish you for your sins.
You know, it's times like these that reminds me of the Sailormoon versus Dragonball debates. Both relatively good shows and set the way for anime in the 90s. Both rivaling each other in terms of power and popularity.
Who fights for love and for justice? I am Sailor Moon!
All that power of love stuff seemed kinda silly, but I'm starting to respect what it can actually do.
But we aren't here to speak about Goku and Usagi rivalry throughout the decades, but instead we are here to talk about their predecessors. So what do you say? We put behind our rivalries and come together to enjoy this final episode. Now tell me this. When you think of the magical girl genre, what comes to mind? A cute, carefree, energetic young girl, driven by her love for her friends, her family, and the world itself. A girl whose sole purpose is to spread kindness and face the forces of evil in her magical girl alter ego. Magical girls who believe in the power of love and friendship, capable of achieving strength beyond human comprehension, reaching levels of power unknown to man. Well, you're not wrong, but wait until you meet this one. Scorpira. Even her name alone is enough to send shivers down Zeus's spine. She's no ordinary magical girl. Each scar she bears tells a story, a chapter of her life marked by pain. The most haunting of them all is the scar on her left eye, a testament to her deepest, most traumatic ordeal. 17 years ago, Zuko joined her parents on a hiking trip in the mountains of Madala, with her infant sister Aurora in tow. Little did they know, this hike would be their last. As the attack began, their mother told Zuko to escape with Aurora. But Zuko tripped and fell out of fear. And as a dragon approached, her father rushed to protect them, ultimately sacrificing his life. In the chaos, their mother used a spell to teleport Aurora to safety, intending to do the same for Zuko, but was killed before she could. The last thing Zuko saw was her mother's death before she fell from a cliff, hitting her head, but surviving. Zuko was found by guards, and for days she was in shock, unable to remember much except the horrors she had witnessed. In time, she grew determined to become a dragon hunter, driven by her parents' deaths.
And now, this shall be.
She attended Eclipse Vale Academy, and within 5 years she was not only training other students, but had also surpassed most of the teachers. Zuko is a medallion, a warrior race, who are known for their extraordinary abilities, such as levitation, enchantments, magic manipulation, and their nullification abilities. Most attacks are rendered harmless and unusable for the remainder of the battle. They also possess chance manipulation. They subconsciously alter probabilities, making unlikely events occur while blocking likely ones. Now, for the ability they're most known for. In Aruji no Kyuzo, their stats strength, speed, agility, endurance, stamina, and magic rapidly increase during battle, with their magic becoming immune to nullification. A magic-colored aura forms as their stats grow, expanding with their power. They can release the stored energy to amplify their abilities further, gaining strength by the second. In her young adult years, she was one of the 4 legendary cures chosen to protect Madala. She gained her powers from the Scorpion Dragon, which was deemed unbeatable. She possesses enhanced speed, strength, agility, and reflexes. She can manipulate draconic energy, allowing her to summon a dragon silhouette avatar. Her abilities include fire and poison breathing, immunity to all types of poison and acid, and mastery over poison and acid manipulation. Additionally, she has unlimited stamina, enabling her to fight for years without tiring, eating, or drinking. Moreover, the more hits she takes, the stronger she becomes. Zuko is a very impressive strategist. Instead of relying on her nullification abilities, she instead uses them to learn about her opponent and how they use their abilities. Her most memorable fight was against the Lady of the Lake. Who's a being that was around for 211 plus years and possessed the ability to not be touched or hit since she's nothing more but pure mist. Even when there isn't a clear way to beat or counter an opponent, Zuko always think of a way. Using her battle axe, which has the ability to cut through anything, she was able to damage the Lady of the Lake and kill her. And as a reward for killing the Lady of the Lake, Zuko stole the sensation manipulation ability and enchanted it into a ring which only she can wear. The user is capable of manipulating the sensations of others or oneself, including pleasure, tickling, pain, etc., could make the enemy very prone to mental damage. Zuko has two other forms she'll use against SDLG in this fight, which I will not go over how she got them and the lore of such, but will go over the abilities. Overall, Scorpira would scale to high multiversal plus with infinite to immeasurable speed, being able to move in Lindara's Leviathan Void, where time doesn't exist. Take this as a lesson. Just because someone seems cute and innocent by appearance, what's behind the smile hides the truth. And the truth is what gods like Zeus fear. You may see a mere girl, but in the eyes of Zeus and those she has killed, they see something more, a warrior. So, the next time you see a magical girl, remember, there's always more than meets the eye. Conquering. Destroying. Pushing beyond your limits. This is the true nature of the warrior race known as the Saiyans. Fighting to fulfill their lust for battle. We all know them unless you live under a rock or something. But there's one that stands out from the rest. The Saiyan who could stop 5 deities just to protect the earth who accepted him. A rock being who received a large amount of S cells from his master to stop this very threat. Still don't know who I'm talking about? Maybe his name will ring a bell. Better known as Tricky. Tricky participated in the Nexus project and in the development of the improbability device. This being an artifact that distorts reality. In addition to the fact, Tricky is a master of deception, being able to trick Hank, a total genius in combat, into doing a surprise attack. Tricky can quickly adapt to information. The moment he gets knowledge, he quickly understands something like a skill and how it functioned to easily find a way around it. Tricky would make unpredictable movements, with improbability being what helps him in this. Improbability is pretty much another word for chance manipulation, which we went over already. This force can basically turn the sun into a person, and no, Ravi, we aren't talking about you. If the enemy predicted a move, he will automatically make common moves or perhaps even more unpredictable ones. Tricky will also know how a skill works just by perceiving it or feeling it a little, on a similar way how Kid Goku learned the Kamehameha just by seeing it. Tricky tends to study the enemy personality and thinking, with the opportunity to damage something like their pride and take that to his advantage. He will seek to be equal in offense and defense, blocking every attack and looking for the perfect play for the counterattack. In Super Saiyan 10, he reached the full potential of his improbability, now being in space-time reality, warping force with infinite amount of 4-dimensional power. Now after defeating and erasing Zarkorn from existence itself, he absorbed Super Saiyan 10 in his base form. Overall, Tricky would scale to high multiversal with irrelevant speed. At the end, SDLG Tricky came a long way from the rock that obtained S cells, even overcoming his greatest threat. So the next time you think of a Saiyan, don't forget the name SDLG. He might be the next rock you walk past without even knowing. This fight is non-canon, but is an accurate visualization of what would happen if these two fought in canon.
Move, damn it.
Move, lady!
Ow. That bastard. Haven't he learned how to treat a woman? What on earth is happening? Is this the end of the world?
Where's the screaming coming from?
The human's in trouble.
Hey you, watch where you're...
Ow!
That gonna leave a mark.
Jinx.
Hey,
stop copying me. No, you...
You know, you should watch where you're going. You could really get hurt out here.
Hey, wait. You shouldn't go over there.
Why not?
There's a monster.
Oh, a monster. Stay right there.
Miss, wait. And of course, she didn't hear me. What is she? Some type of magical girl? Nah, who I'm kidding.
Oh, so it's true then. You're the one causing trouble.
Step aside, you aren't the one I'm looking for.
Is that so? Well, you found me. Let's go, Scorpio. Metamorphosis. Cure Scorpira. In the name of Madala, I'll punish you for your sins. This monster different from the others I slay. Perfect. Eniguri no Kuzo. 58,800 times stronger. This one bigger than the others. Precure.
Improbable gun.
Are you done yet? Okay. Let's cut this short. I know you are trying to buy time for something. Hence why you're keeping distance. You seem too smart to be a monster. What are you really? You're trying to distract me with those blasts.
She caught on, just as planned. I'm gonna punch her at full force.
He wouldn't be this predictable, and I doubt my poison will pierce him. I'm going to use my axe when he least expects it.
thousands.
X. Pretty clear battle slash.
I'm gonna lead her into space.
I'm gonna keep the power gap between us far. Black Scorpion.
You're worthless and you fight like a rabid animal, you're unladylike.
Okay, good to know.
Super Saiyan 5 not enough. I'm gonna go beyond. Super Saiyan 9.
Dragonic energy. Hallowed Dragon take flight. Photon stream of destruction.
You fought well. No hard feelings.
I have slain death itself. What fear have I of any blade wielded by mortal hands? I will not tolerate death from a rock.
Thanks for the Zenkai.
Do you know why they call me Queen? Allow me to show you. Is that what you wanted to happen? That's cute. This is my true form. Behold the Queen of Concepts, Scarlett Queen. Bow down to your queen's servant.
Maximum improbability.
Pure Scorpira, in the name of Barda, I'll punish you for your sins. He's manipulating reality, trying to change the outcome of the fight. Since he's manipulating reality, looks like I'll have to erase the very concept of reality. You're alive?
You're alive? Looks like a tie. And you're pretty strong for a magical girl.
And you're pretty strong for a rock.
Looks like we destroyed everything.
Don't worry, my magic will fix everything. Maybe you aren't one of Death's monsters. I respect your strength as a fellow warrior.
So wanna get ice cream or something?
Sure.
So, are you a princess or something?
Likely.
Well, what a surprise for the first time in Multiversal Champions history. This ends in a tie.
Voiceless.
Confused? Well, let me explain. Tricky, according to his feats, can beat anyone once he understands what he's dealing with. That level of intellect and his rate of problem solving. Not to mention learned techniques to overcome most things, meaning they'll use any ability unless it's deemed necessary to. This is something that applies to both characters since they're very similar in most of their feats. Tricky may have been at the power disadvantage, but is still smart to figure out ways to counter. However, due to chance manipulation that affects probability itself, that alone decides whether or not his plans works out. Scorpira is most likely to win. However, both characters being able to fight for years without tiring, and both being able to counter each other, the fight would go on forever and will never come to an end. Besides, isn't this a fitting ending to the rivalry of two most popular animes that ruled over the 90s? Maybe we shouldn't compare two greatness of two shows and just respect its success. Now, who I'm kidding, this a Versus channel anyway. See ya in the vast multiverse. Peace.